I call this meeting to order. Everyone please rise for national anthem. Acha, I invite Pritul Vora. Pritul, hello. Pritul, are you there?
Pritul, I can't see.
Manpreet, then you can read the four-way test.
Hello everyone, very good evening. As we all know that Rotary has a four-way test. I would like to reiterate the same, and we as a club will be reciting the four-way test of Rotary in every meeting. So the four-way test of the things we think, say or do. Second, is it fair to all concerned? Third, will it bring goodwill and better friendship?
Manpreet, please mute everyone except speaker.
Yes.
Mute everyone. Yeah, Manpreet, continue, please. Hello. मनप्रीत सिंह आवाज नहीं आ रही आपकी.
I think his connection is gone, so we'll have to wait a little.
Here I have two devices, so I won't be going anywhere. We are joined by our guest speaker today.
Okay, we welcome Yukti Kapoor Mehendiratta in our meeting. फॉरवर्ड टेस्ट हो गया मनप्रीत?
हाँ जी, एक second mute. I'll just make everybody the co-host. Sorry for the interruption. We'll be continuing. We will be reciting the four-way test of Rotary. The four-way test of the things we think, say, or do. First, is it the truth? Second, is it fair to all concerned? Third, will it bring goodwill and better friendships? And fourth, will it be beneficial to all concerned? This is the four-way test that is given by Rotary International that all Rotarians are supposed to abide and live through as a way of life in their daily lives. We now welcome all the members, and I request President Singlaji to please take over.
Yeah, good evening, friends. I welcome all of you in the new Rotary year, Visionary year 2021. So I welcome you all in the new beginning of our Rotary year. And I also welcome our guest today's guest speaker, Yukti Kapoor Mehendiratta, who will be giving some good points on leadership. I'll just go through the birthdays and anniversaries for coming few days. I wish our past president Rotarian Harish Budoria a happy birthday, Harish bhai. Many happy returns of the day.
Happy birthday.
Next is 22nd July, we have birthday of Rotarian N. Shankar. So we wish him happy birthday, Shankarji. Again on 22nd July, we have birthday of our Hitesh Shah, spouse of IPP Parul Shah. So we wish Hitesh Shah a happy birthday. 23rd July, we have birthday of Mrs. Malti ji, spouse of Rotarian N. Shankar. We wish her happy birthday. 23rd, again, birthday of Padmadevati ji, spouse of Rotarian Tyagarajo ji. We wish her happy birthday. We have birthday of our honorary Rotarian Prabhat Kohli on 27th. We wish him happy birthday. 28th July, we have birthday of Karina, daughter of our new member Leelam Lodaya. We wish her happy birthday. Thank you. That was all birthday and anniversary. Now I'll go for the projects. Our installation function was on 6th of July. It was a very good installation function. It was some unique. And I personally thank to installation committee led by Rotarian Ravi Shinde, Captain Pradhan, Vandana ji, Radhika ji, Dr. Amar, Pritul Vora, Harish Badodaria, Viren Gohil, Parul Shah, and Manpreet Singh for the wonderful hard work for making it a grand success. Next. We had a tree plantation at our own center on 4th of July. Despite having rain, there were 8 Rotarians present for tree plantation. So I thank all of them for coming and planting tree. Thank you. Next. We have started online yoga classes from 2nd July till 31st July. All the days we have 2 sessions, morning 7:30 to 8 and 8 to 9. So many participants are getting benefit of their health. This project is online. The project coordinators are Rotarian Ramesh Mistry and Rotarian Lakshmi Chand Galaji. Our own Rotarian, new Rotarian, Srimati Jayashree Danji donated the milk powder, pickles, sanitizer, and face mask to the SPRJ Kanyasala for the 150 beneficiary. Thank you, Jayashree ji. We have also supported our district. District is doing a 1 million meal target of Annapurna supplying 33,000 meals per day. So our Ghatkopar club has contributed to 5,000 meals to district. Thank you to all the donors who supported this project. Our past president Nitin Parab have done the blood donation drive with Rajawadi Hospital, and we were able to collect 32 units of blood for the Rajawadi Hospital. Thank you, PP Nitin Parab. With the contribution from our Rotarian past charter president Rotarian Shanti Lalji, we have sponsored the fees of one child studying in Gurukul school whose father just recently passed. So I thank Shanti Lalji for contributing for his school fees. This we have done this giving face mask shield to 3 police stations. This project is done with jointly with the Rotary Club of Mumbai Andheri who supplied us the face mask shield, and we distributed it to 3 police stations. So all thanks to Rotary Club of Mumbai Andheri. It was a joint project with Mumbai Andheri. Despite this project, we have also contributed to district tree plantation. From our club, we have contributed 370 fruit trees to district's project, which will be on 19th of July in Palghar, Wada and Vikramgarh area. Now I invite Dr. Angad Patel to introduce today's our guest speaker. This is Yukti Kapoor Mehendiratta. Dr. Angad Patel, please.
Hello. Am I audible, sir?
Yes, yes.
Yeah. First of all, thank you, President Singlaji and Manpreet, for giving me an opportunity to introduce this multi-dimensional lady, Mrs. Yukti Kapoor Mehendiratta. She has been to our club 2 years before, I think, if I remember. Right, Ms. Singlaji?
Miracle year. 1819, she had come in our club.
Yeah. Yes. See, as I said, she's a multi-dimensional lady. The reason is, Yukti is a mother of 2 little sweet tins. She has been a runner-up at Mrs. Gladrex India. She has been speaker on various corporate and entrepreneurial platforms, including TEDx Gateway. In 2018, the Indo-European Chamber of Small and Medium Enterprise awarded Mrs. Yukti Kapoor with the National Women's Excellence Award. She is also an advisor and honorary member of Nehru Yuva Kendra Sangathan by Government of India. In 2018, author Rinku Paul has penned life journey of Yukti in her book named Day to Be, which features 14 fearless women entrepreneurs of our country. Her journey is also been featured in many media platforms, including Dainik Bhaskar, Economic Times, Your Story, Smart Indian Woman, and many more. So, being from a senior leadership post in Citibank and Barclay Bank for decades to founder and CEO of Silhouette by Yukti, the SBI, the organization or the one she runs, Yukti has a bucket full of achievements, awards, speeches, and many more. So I think so. Let's all welcome on our screen a Wonder Woman, Yukti Kapoor Mehendiratta.
Thank you, Angad, for your wonderful introduction to her. Now I invite Yukti Kapoor Mehendiratta to take over for her speech on leadership.
Thank
Welcome,
you.
Yukti.
Thank you so much, Singlaji, for the opportunity. It's so good to be back to this wonderful group. Thank you, Angad, for such a warm introduction. Thank you so much.
It's our pleasure, ma'am. Please continue.
I am even more delighted to know that this is the start of another beautiful year. And every time I'm in a Rotarian gathering, it's a very, very humbling experience for me when I hear all the amazing work that you guys are doing together. I think you haven't left a cause that is not supported by you all. So whether it is blood donation or food donation or milk powder, you guys have covered everything. I mean, I was just trying to write down everything and then I ran out of space. And I realized that it takes that common connect to be a Rotarian, that connect of humanity. So it's a very humbling experience and an honor for me to be a part of this gathering. Each time I get an invitation, I pounce at it because I really look forward to meeting you all. So thank you so much for making a start of this wonderful year with my session. And I wanted to kind of align the year to come with this session. So I thought today we should probably talk about what are the leadership trends of the year to come. There are a lot of things which have changed in the past. We all know we've never had meetings like this. We all meet at a common place and enjoy some snacks before the meeting starts. I know we're missing all that, but this is the new way of being. It's the new normal. And in the new normal, a few things are not so new, such as the inspiration that draws us to do what we do, and the camaraderie, love, and respect we share for each other and amongst each other. But then there are also a few things which are very different. And the new normal expects us to understand and adapt to that different environment. So what I want us to do is, as always, grab a piece of paper and a pen. Let's dive in to unlearn and relearn a few things, because the pace of unlearning and relearning is also exponentially higher than before, right? Earlier, we had little more time to learn and unlearn. Now, the pace at which the world is changing, the environment is changing, the business dynamics are changing, we have very little time to learn. So the learning curve has shrunk, which means that we need to quickly match the pace of what is expected of us and start accepting a few different things, a few different thought processes. So irrespective of the business that you represent, irrespective of the background, the experience, I hope you will find these trends to be useful. So the challenge that I'm leaving at your end is to see how will you use this information of the 5 trends, the disruptive trends that I will share with you. And with this knowledge, what can we do immediately in our business space is the challenge that I want to leave you with. Is that a deal? So the new way of working is we have to stay very, very connected and make it a very engaging session. So it's not just me talking to you all, we all will keep talking to each other. And the way to do that is to use the chat box. Okay, so we'll stay on mute so that there is not much chaos, but I want you all to be very, very active on the chat room. We have to get used to that as well. That's part of the new normal. So I want you to mention over there if you were ready. And ready means that you have a notepad and a pen with you. And ready also means that you're ready to accept my challenge of seeing how you're going to fit in these new trends in your business and your environment. Okay, Falguni is ready. Angad is ready. Who else is ready? I need to see 37 people saying ready. So let's see if you're ready, only then we start. Yeah, we're ready. Pankaj, thank you. Thank you, Major Priyanka. Advocate Sanjay, thank you so much. Prabhat, fantastic. All right, so if I may request for screen share rights, I would like to just take you through a very short and crisp PPT. Can I share my screen? Oh, great. Okay. Please give me a yes in the chat room if you can see my screen. You can? Yes? All right. All right, so let us sit back with a notepad and see what we can do with this knowing, the new knowing of the trends. Now, one thing that we have to understand about trends is that there are always people who create a majority in any scenario, right? जो बहुत लोग एक चीज पे believe करने लगते हैं तो वो trend बन जाता है. लेकिन trend is not the only reality. So ऐसा नहीं है कि अगर हम ये trend follow नहीं करेंगे तो failure is a sure shot. No, you can still succeed against the flow. But my question is, why bother going against the flow when you know that the flow is only taking you towards growth? So when you go through these trends, you will realize that it is preparing you for the times to come. So being with the flow is not as easy, but it makes more sense because it cuts short your time towards success. Make sense, right? We can always go against the flow and say, "Arey trend ye hai, but हमने कुछ अलग किया और we did not fail. It was a success." There will always be outliers to any trend. Leadership trend is no different. But my question is, instead of spending that energy to prove some trends wrong, can I see which of these trends really align with what I'm preparing myself for, what my business future looks like? Make sense? If it makes sense to say make sense in the chat room. Does it make sense that we need to understand the trends before we challenge whether this is right or not? We all can have views, right? We all can say, I don't agree with this trend. But trend is a representation of what the majority believes. And when I say majority, it is sector agnostic. So different kind of backgrounds, different industries have all realized that these are the 5 things they have to prepare themselves for. All right, so if it makes sense, let's dive straight in. So when we talk about leadership, I want you to remember that leadership is something that is developed daily. It is not done in a day. It is done daily. So कभी कभार मौका मिला एक सेशन अटेंड कर लिया, कभी टाइम मिला तो एक बुक पढ़ ली, कभी फ्रेंड्स से थोड़ा लीडरशिप पे बात कर ली, and that is leadership? No. That is your learning on leadership? No. Does leadership have to be learned? अभी इतने साल काम करने के बाद, लाइफ में इतने एक्सपीरियंस गेन करने के बाद मुझे आज भी लीडरशिप सीखने की जरूरत है? What do you think is your answer? The answer should be a big yes, right? Is that a yes? Give me a yes in the chat room if you know and agree that leadership is a skill that can be learned and has to be learned. And the more you want to grow, the more you want to learn this skill, because it keeps changing, and that change will come to your notice only when you're actively, consciously learning. So there are different growth stages and phases that exist. And I thought it'll be interesting to know whether we are aware of these phases and are we stuck at any of these phases. So the first phase of growth is what I call as, I don't know what I don't know. So this is a phase where we think हमको सब पता है. अभी मैंने 25 साल time waste नहीं किया है, धूप में बाल नहीं सफेद है. No, what did they say? धूप में बाल सफेद नहीं किए हैं. Right? So it's not like I don't know how things work. I know everything. Yeah, thank you. So when you feel that you know everything is when you're actually at the lowest level of learning, which is called I don't know what I don't know.
एक मिनट, excuse me, Manpreet, please mute everyone except speaker.
Okay. Okay, great. So the first stage is when we think we know everything. And that's when we don't know that we actually don't know. Now, what is the second stage? Now, this is when you start realizing that everything is not falling as per your plan. जो सोच रहे हैं वो नहीं हो रहा है. अगर इतना पता है मुझे सब कुछ, तो how am I not handling different situations well? How am I not adapting to different changes in the environment? Something is missing. And when something is missing, you move on to the second phase of growth, second phase of learning, where you realize that you want to know something. You need to know something, but you don't know what that something is. Okay, yeah. So I know that I need to know. And once you realize that there is something that you need to know, you've moved on to the third phase where I know what I need to know. There is a difference, right? The second phase is I know I need to know something. कुछ तो सीखना बाकी है, पता नहीं वो क्या है. That is your second stage. At least you're open to learning now. At least we've come out of that mindset कि मुझे सब मालूम है. And the third stage is now I know exactly what I need to know as well. So just to give you a very small anecdote from my experience, जब कॉलेज और स्कूल जब खत्म हो जाता है और आप कैप्टन बन जाते हो या प्लेसमेंट हेड होते हो, तो आपको लगता है कि आपको सब आता है. You know, at that stage as a teenager, young in your career, you just come with like a lot of success already, which you think is huge, because from your perspective, that was some good success compared to other people around. And that's how I walked into my corporate career. Okay. So I felt like leadership to mujhe malum hai. I've led teams in my school. I've led teams in my college. I will figure this out even in the corporate environment. There's no big deal. And I learned very quickly that I definitely don't know everything there is to know about leadership. I got into some arguments where I did not intend to argue, but I said something in a wrong way, or I wrote an email in a wrong way. It was misunderstood by a few senior people. So I realized that something is missing. Communication is not my problem. Then what is the problem? Why am I not reaching out to people? And that was my second phase, right? When I know that I need to know something, I still don't know what is that something. Then I had to consciously see if there is any pattern in all these situations I put myself into. I'm inviting trouble. Why am I inviting trouble? What are the different scenarios? What is common in all these scenarios? And I realized what is common is that I am not able to add a perspective to my communication. When I give a communication, because I am junior in the protocol, I'm the junior most as a management trainee, there is a certain protocol in the environment which needs to be followed. And also there is a certain process of communicating. things. So I had to learn how to manage stakeholders, not just peers, which I was good at. Handling people at my level, I was very good at. Handling people below me, I was very good at. But with seniors, I needed to be more careful about the protocol and how to have that stakeholder management, that piece together. So that is the third phase. The fourth phase is when I know and I grow and it starts to show. So I have realized stakeholder management is my challenge. I have started working on it. I'm learning from people who I think are very good at managing stakeholders. I'm actively reading on it. I still don't know if there is a course. If there is a course at this stage, I would have picked up a course as well to be better with stakeholder management. But you do everything you need to do to create a conscious learning plan on that one trait or skill which you need to learn. And then you arrive at the fifth level, where you simply know what you know now and you go with it. You go with what you know, because now what you know has become an autopilot, right? अगर आप पहली बारी speech दोगे तो आपको बहुत ज़्यादा preparation करना पड़ेगा. जब आप दूसरी बारी दोगे तो थोड़ा सा preparation कम होगा, nervousness कम होगी, तीसरी बारी nervousness और कम होगी, and slowly you will start getting better and better and better, as long as you keep writing all the things that you think could have been better. So even till date, after I don't know how many sessions that I would have taken, some n number of sessions, I still have a practice of writing down what went well and what could have been better. So that list is what helps me to keep growing and keep improving. Even though you're in an autopilot mode, which is the fifth phase, I believe that you're learning from your execution from each time you show up should always be maintained. So make sure that you do that as well, but realize that once you actively start learning, you should come to a stage where that part is autopilot. Does not mean there is nothing else to learn. Now you need to focus on what more is there to learn. So one person that truly inspires me when it comes to lifelong learner, आजकल lifelong learner एक hashtag बन के रह गया है. हर एक कोई अपने social media में hashtag lifelong learner डालता है, but lifelong learner is actually an attitude. And I think that attitude was best represented by Theodore Roosevelt, the ex-president of the United States, when they discovered a book under his pillow when he was dying. So he died in his bed. That in itself, I think, is a blessing. But even till his last breath, he had a book in his hand. Now imagine how much is one open to learning and improving himself. And that is how I imagine leaving this planet. Right? Till the last minute, trying to learn something new. And you never know when will you get the opportunity to contribute, but learning should never stop. So I want you to dive into this session with that level of hunger to learn. See what more can you learn from this session and how you can take this to different parts of your life and your business. So let's move on to the first trend. Now, the first trend of leadership says that the middle is disappearing. मतलब हम अगर customer segmentation देखें तो कुछ customers top end होते हैं जो expensive products चाहते हैं, high quality चाहते हैं, spend करने में झिझकते नहीं हैं, और कुछ बिल्कुल mass level पे होते हैं जिनको volume से मतलब है, quantity से मतलब है. They're okay to compromise with the quality, but they want quantity. 4 के साथ 6 free, you know. So if that is what excites a customer, that is my mass customer segment. My class customer segment is people who see value in quality, people who see value in exclusivity. And then there is a middle segment, right? So ये middle segment को tap करने के लिए बहुत सारे departmental stores आए. D-Mart हमारे environment में एक ऐसा departmental store है. And वहाँ पे उनका intent ये था कि हम इतने products और इतने options डालें कि जो भी हमारे store में आए उसके लिए कुछ ना कुछ तो हो खरीदने के लिए, right? So if you are at a mass level, you will find some discount offer. If you're at a class level, you will find some discount offer. But many malls, many departmental stores could not sustain that because it did not add to their bottom line. What businesses quickly realized was that we cannot serve everybody. Leaders who try to do everything to everybody will end up being nothing to nobody. So if you want to make business sense, you will have to choose what is your segmentation. And the segment which lies right in the middle is shrinking. Today, the customer wants to belong to one of the two extreme segments. Either I'm okay to be a mass customer, I want the cheapest phone, I want the cheapest Wi-Fi plan, I want the cheapest laptop. I'm okay to spend the least possible, and hence the fight for a supplier, for a service provider, is to give me the cheapest option. But I can also be a top-end client where I want the best laptop there is, I want the best phone there is, I want the best clothes there are, I want only exotic vegetables, I want pre-cut vegetables, I don't even want to spend time in cutting them, I want that service to be provided. So you will realize that if you look at customer segment closely today, majority of the people are trying to be either at the lowest or at the highest, right at the top. So hence, this is what I mean by saying that the middle is disappearing. So if you are dealing with products, you will have to decide, what do I want to do? What should be my strategy? Am I competing on being the cheapest, easiest, least costly? Am I offering something of superior quality and enduring value? What do I want to do if I have a product? What should be my strategy? What is the segment that I'm catering to? If you are in service, you need to decide whether you are going to offer race to the bottom, which means I want to see, I want to have everything automated. There is no human connect at all, talk to machines, and my customers should be okay with that. Or do I want to create a personal human touch, a personal human experience? Now, as against our understanding कि भाई अभी तो life AI की तरफ जा रही है, हर चीज artificial intelligence से lead हो रही है, हर चीज आप सब data बन के रह गए हो, and every person is just a number, right? Having said that, it has also become a reason why people don't want to be treated like numbers. I am not just a data point. I am a person. I am Yukti. And when you talk to Yukti, I want you to know what she likes. I want you to know what is her taste. If I'm reaching out to you, I want you to know, what did you serve me the last time I came to your restaurant? I want that extra attention. So companies need to understand that if they race to the bottom, they will only get the worst. If they want to sustain their profitability, they will have to ensure a human touch in this machine world that we have created. Human touch will become a unique selling proposition, which was taken for granted earlier. That's how different the times are. Okay, so that's the first trend. Now I want to take a pause and see, what are you taking away? थोड़ी सी गपशप हो जाए चैट रूम में कि ये इस ट्रेंड से क्या ओपन अप हो रहा है हमारे लिए. What, how will it matter to me? What am I going to do differently? Let's get some comments in the chat room. What are you taking away from this? Decide your niche, Priyanka. Absolutely, absolutely. And you know, the best part is, Priyanka, this middle layer is going to be very tempting, because that's where you think profitability lies. That's where you think there is economies of scale. कि सारी majority जनता इधर ही है, तो बीच के segment के लिए बनाएंगे तो ज़्यादा लोग आएंगे. But that is what is changing, and hence it's a trend of the year to come. So important to keep that in mind. At some size level of organizations, always human touch is not possible. What to do about it, Bharat? That's so such a practical question to ask, and it's a real scenario. So I would want you to see if you can go through the processes from end to end and create opportunities where human interaction is possible. So for example, in this COVID time, our entire offline, I'm just sharing an example of what we have done at SBY Academy, my company. We have moved from offline space to online space, right? And thankfully, we were thinking of it already. But when we were thinking, ऐसा लग रहा था 5 साल का plan बना रहे, 5 साल बाद होगा ये. But because of this entire lockdown, we had more time to focus, and we quickly put our act together, and we were out with our release in less than 5 weeks. So we got the entire model online. So whatever we do, our leadership interventions, training, coaching interventions are all delivered 100% online today. We also have online courses, which is learn at your own pace course, e-learning platform. आप register करो और अपने pace पे आप learn कर सकते हैं those courses. It's not fixed timing. Now this is fully automated, right? How do we bring in a human experience? So what we started doing from day 0 of our automation is to see what is the possibility in terms of bandwidth for me to interact with my participants. Now, when people are buying online courses, Bharat, you really don't know them. right? I know Bharat, but I don't know like 5 other people he would have shared this link with, and maybe they joined in and I don't know that they've come through you. So there are a lot of people who will buy your course online and you don't know them. So what I decided to do was conduct a weekly webinar, a live webinar with all my participants. And it's an open invitation for them to come, for me to know them, for them to know me, and use that opportunity to share half an hour of, something more on leadership. So I pick up another session. I do a short masterclass on a separate leadership session, on a separate topic within the leadership space outside of their course content. So it creates that human experience, that human touch, with which probably LinkedIn Learning Academy doesn't have, Udemy doesn't have. They're all online courses. You go buy, finish your course, you don't finish your course, nobody knows where you are and what you're doing. So the point that I'm making is, how can you do justice to your bandwidth and the available resources and creatively find space for human interaction and human experience? There is always a possibility. I am very tempted to sit with you and do a little brainstorming if it helps, but I'm telling you that it will. All it takes is a little bit of brainstorming and creative thinking. But I invite you to consider that, because that will make a sea change in what you do as against what others do. Okay, let's move to the second trend now. And the second trend is very interesting, okay? DIY is do it yourself. We know this, right? So DIY is now giving way to DIFM, means do it for me. So just some time back, we thought that customers were getting very excited about doing things on their own. Har cheez unko khud karna hai. DIY kits started. This is all Western culture, by the way, because labor is very, very expensive in other countries. So they don't get, human resources as easily as we do. So they have learned the hard way. They had to make sure everything is DIY. So whether it is flooring or it is plumbing or it is electrical work, they do everything on their own. So DIY has been a culture abroad for a long, long time. And as how we get influenced with Westerners for everything, we got influenced with DIY also. But now, globally, customers are wanting to move from DIY to DIFM. Do it for me. Now, what does do it for me mean? And why is it happening? There is a constant thought that rules our mind that we don't have too much time. We are overworked, we are overstretched, time कम है, काम ज़्यादा है. हम लोग अभी घर से काम कर रहे हैं तो हमें और भी ज़्यादा फील हो रहा है कि टाइम कम है और काम ज़्यादा है, क्योंकि अब तो घर का काम भी ऐड हो गया है, राइट? वी डूइंग हाउस होल्ड चोर्स जो कभी नहीं किया था वो भी कर रहे हैं. So और कम हो गया 24 hours में से time. Now with this mindset that we always had, and now new reasons to believe that we don't have time, people are wanting companies to give them services and spoon feed and do it to a level where they have to only consume. So that's one reason. Always constant feeling of lack of time. The second feeling is of having a decision fatigue. मतलब इतने सारे छोटे बड़े decisions ले लेके एक fatigue create हो गया है in customers mindset कि अब भी मुझे minimum decisions लेना है. Do something for me that doesn't bother me much. If it is easy, then just do it. There are companies which are sending people shaving kits, which are one-time use, so that they don't have to bother. They send with the shaving kits different designs, so that they can change their look, easy to cut or easy to trim designs. The kind of services that every company is thinking about today is how to make it ready to be consumed directly, like pre-cut foods, fruits and vegetables that you see in departmental stores like Nature's Basket. The first time I saw cut beans there, I wondered. The first time, which was years back, but now that shelf has increased, by the way. There are more items on that shelf. Years back, there weren't so many. And I still wondered कि लोग मतलब भाजी भी नहीं काट सकते, इतना भी टाइम नहीं है, तो वो कटा हुआ भाजी क्यों लेंगे हम? But today that shelf goes out first. It is a shelf that people want to hit at because they want to save even that much time. And trust me, it is not as much a reality as it is a mindset. But the question is, do you want to change the mindset, or do you want to adapt your business according to the existing mindset? लोगों की सोच बदलनी है या सोच के हिसाब से अपना offering, अपना service बदलना है? That is the question. The easier route will be to change what we offer and how we offer. So the food for thought for you is to see if your product is complicated to be used. जो आप ऑफर कर रहे हैं लोगों को समझ में आ रहा है इजीली कि नहीं, और जो आप ऑफर कर रहे हैं लोग एक्सेस कर पा रहे हैं इजीली कि नहीं. So if you have to join my course, you will have to first Google, find my website, then go to my website, then find various courses, then go to the course option, then see which course is okay for you, then see where is the registration link, and then see where to put a discount code if there is any. If I tell you these 5 steps, you will never buy the course. So what do? I create a link which straight takes you to that one page, which has enroll now at the top and enroll now at the bottom, and in between a few key benefits of the course. That's it. That's all what you want to know. That's all the time you have. Basis that, you will decide whether it's a yes or a no. That's it. Are you making it that easy for your customers to accept what you offer? And that's a question that I would want you to answer for your own business and offerings. So what are the questions that I want you to take away? How can I further simplify the offering? मे बी मेरे माइंड में ऐसा है कि बहुत ईजी है, अभी किसी को समझ में कैसे नहीं आएगा, ये तो बहुत ईजी है. बट द प्रॉब्लम देयर इज दैट इट इज ईजी फॉर यू बिकॉज यू डू इट डे इन एंड डे आउट. If you tell me to do something on my website, I can do it with my eyes closed, right? Because I access my website 5 times, 10 times, 15 times a day. But a new customer will not look at that website the way I do. I know exactly where to look and what to click, but everyone else doesn't. So am I aware of how simple it is looking for others? The second question is, what can I do for the customer? What more can be done? How to make it even more easy? And what would it mean for you to slice that apple? Make it so ready that they can come, pick the packet, heat it and eat it. That's all that they need to do. How do I make it so easy to consume, so ready to consume? That is a question that I want you to take back. So if you look at your business, what opens up for you from the second trend? Take a moment and write that down. Let me just take a brief pause. See what it means for you to move from DIY to DIFM. Okay, I have a note here and I would love to read this. It says, I am in service industry of stockbroking. Firm Zerodha is on top and offers only trading platforms, has 15 lakh active customers without single human touch, and is ahead of names like HDFC, ICICI, etc. So many times it happens the customers do not like vendor intervention in person. It also happens when we go to big store and are looking for some product on our own. Here DIY works more rather than DIFM. I agree with your observation, Bharat. In fact, it can be very irritating when somebody follows you in the departmental store and keeps checking with you, ma'am, can I help? Can I help? But I also want you to imagine a scenario where you are facing a problem with your credit card. In fact, that is a real life situation that I was dealing with till some time back. And the IVR option doesn't truly answer the kind of question that I have in mind. So all the questions which are their standard questions is not fitting into what I'm looking at. It's somewhere in between, and I was just struggling to talk to somebody. I just didn't know who to talk to. So there was some excess payment that was made. There was some dispute. That dispute got resolved, but there was an additional interest that was gathered on the account. I needed that interest to be refunded, and I was wondering, who do I talk to? Because there is no IVR option which straight takes me to that conversation. I wrote a mail. I was not getting any response back on that mail either, and the call centers were shut. Did I miss a customer intervention here, an interaction with another human? Absolutely, yes. Like a big time, yes. So thankfully, I know the compliance head of Citibank India, and he's a dear friend, and I spoke to him, and at his level didn't want to bother, but he eventually got someone to speak to me, and we resolved that in just 10 minutes. And I was struggling with this issue for over a month. So while the answer is not DIFM for everything, but it can create a distinction. It can create that little differentiator in your services. I am not saying that we should go back to the traditional ways where we don't use machinery and the intelligence that we have created. Humans have created AI. So obviously there is a reason why we've done that. We can scale up, like how you're talking about Zerodha leaving behind the biggest corporations. Yes, that's why we are smart with adapting technology. In fact, what we are doing in the online space and what we've achieved in 3 months would have taken us more than 9 months in an offline launch, right? So there's absolutely no denying that the speed is much higher. But what I'm leaving at your discretion is to see where can you create opportunities for making it easier without intervening, without creating an irritant. It would have been great if, in my experience, there was one helpline number where I could speak to somebody for my credit card issue, for example. Even if that said that please ensure that your query is not resolved by any of this auto questions, and then you can press on this number for speaking to somebody. I was dying to speak to somebody. So I want to leave this to you to explore where are the opportunities where we can fit in these trends. So is this trend supposed to change everything that we do in every aspect of business? Absolutely not. But is this trend going to educate us to see whether there is some balance between the two sides? Yes, that is what it needs to wake us up for. Yeah, how principles shall apply to how these principles shall apply to doctors, lawyers, engineers. Very good question, Parag. I would want you to ponder over it for a bit. And let's have this as a discussion after the session. But I would love to discuss this with you. If you're a doctor, how can you create this distinction? How can you make it so personal, so much of a connect with your customer that your customer wants to come back to only you? Even though now, even like doctors are on help online, right? So you get all numbers online. There are apps available. You can talk to a doctor online. You would not know whether you're talking to a chatbot or a real doctor. All that is available already, and people are comfortable taking treatments that way. In this scenario, how do you stand out? How do you become that one doctor, that one lawyer I want to go back to? Let's ponder over this together. I want to leave that to you, and I will share my views after we're done with the trends. Yes, some interesting comments there. I'll just move on to the third one, and I would love to take this up, and we can probably unmute and have a little discussion. All right, so the third trend says that insights and access have become more valuable than the content. So till some time back, there was a lot of focus on content. Content is communication, and I still agree. Content is communication. अगर आपके पास कुछ बात करने को है ही नहीं, तो आपका communication skill कितना भी अच्छा होगा, अगर आपके पास content नहीं है, तो कोई सुनेगा नहीं आपकी बात, right? There is no substance. Substance comes from content. If I'm just talking well and I'm talking something that is not making sense or it's not questioning your mindset, then there is no point. There is no content there. But today, content is available for free, and we need to realize that. We need to know that. We need to accept that. Everything is available for free. Leadership courses are available for free. Your executive presence is available. Public speaking, you name it. Whatever you want to learn, whatever you want to improve, you have enough and more content available for free. Then why should anybody pay you? Why are our courses at a certain price? Why would anybody pay for that? Why would anybody pay for any of your services where there are free versions already available? The answer to that question is insight and access. Are you able to add meaning to that content? Are you able to add meaning and perspective to the knowledge that you're sharing? Because knowledge is बहुत easily available है अभी. Books भी free मिलती हैं. E-books, so many e-books are available for free. They are taking rounds in WhatsApp groups, right? So that's how easy it is for us to get knowledge. But if you are somebody who can add meaning to knowledge, if you're somebody who can add insights, then you stand out. If you are creating access, like how I said, every week I am there with my participants, with my online course participants, to take whatever questions they have, to add more to their knowledge through my insights. Are you able to create that window for access to whatever extent possible? Are you able to add your own touch of your experience and your meaning, your insight to your business offering? That is the key today. We'll be opening up question and answers. Oh, okay, sorry. Yeah, Secretary Ji, thank you so much for saying that. Okay, so what is the value? Value is increasingly related to size of the audience, and it is inverse. The smaller the audience, the greater the value. Okay, so for example, let's take any popular author. One of my favorite authors is Jim Collins. Okay, अभी Jim Collins अगर इंडिया आते हैं और उनके साथ कोई सेशन हो रहा है, बुक रीडिंग सेशन हो रहा है, और कुछ 10,000 लोग जा सकते हैं, 10,000 टिकट्स हैं, right? And somebody tells me 1,000 रुपए का एक टिकट है, आप जाएंगे? I'll say absolutely yes, I love Jim Collins, I'll go. Right? Now somebody says, okay, 1000 रुपए में आपको ये जनरल टिकट मिलेगा जिसमें 10,000 लोग और होंगे. अगर आपको VIP चाहिए जिसमें सिर्फ 50 लोग होंगे, you will have to pay 5,000. Are you ready? I'll say absolutely ready, because I'm getting that exclusivity. I'm getting that little closer. I'm getting more value from meeting my author. Out of 50, I will definitely be visible. I can have a little conversation. I can ask 1 or 2 personal questions, which I can't ask if I'm 1 out of 10,000. So I'm ready to pay more. Now, if somebody says, okay, you can actually have a cup of coffee with Jim Collins, but you have to pay 10,000 for that exclusive session where he's inviting only 5 people. Would you pay 10,000? Absolutely yes. Why? What is the value I'm getting that I'll pay double? Well, I am going to meet him face to face. He will know me as Yukti and not somebody who was in that room full of people. And I will have some window with him to ask more about him and what inspires me and learn more from him. And he will talk only to the 5 of us. That is the value I see. So as the audience is shrinking, you're realizing that the value is going up. And if the value goes up, the price goes up, the cost goes up. And that is the moving trend, which we have to be very careful about and aware of. So you need to know, who are you giving your time to? Who are you sharing your insights with, and how? When you value people and you share those values generously with them, they value you even more. So how are we adding more value to what we do? As a business person, I believe, or even a professional, I believe that one question which needs to be asked every day by us to our own self is, how did I add value today? And this is a question that I can't allow myself to sleep without answering. I need to answer this to myself every single day. How did I add value today? What did I do that added value today? And every single day, it has to have something to do with my own learning as well. Of course, I add value if I'm a dentist and I can fix your cavity, but that's my job, right? How did I add value? Did I give you a good experience in the clinic? Did I make you laugh? Did I make you feel comfortable about a painful procedure? Did I make you feel welcomed and known because it was your 5th visit to my clinic? Or did I just treat you as customer number 28 for the day? How did I add value to your experience? And how did I add value to my learning? Did I find time to watch something for half an hour or do a course that I have registered for? How did I add value to my own learning? These are the questions that are going to keep us ahead of the race, if at all there is any race that we are running. So let's move to the next trend. And the 4th trend is freedom and autonomy are becoming the next generation's currency. Whether we like it or not, today's workforce, which is more than 50% of millennials, require their own space and their own way of doing things. If you are a leader who is not sitting with your youngest and your newest employee, you are totally missing out on the opportunity to learn in the fastest way possible, because trust me and believe you me, even on their first day at the job, they know a few things better than you already. And that is true for all of us. All of us who have more than 10, 15 years of experience need to sit with the newest people in the block and be open to learning from them, because they can really teach us a few things. Are we open to that level of partnership? Are we open to giving that kind of space to our people and not force them to follow what we have always followed when we progress from being a management trainee to now being a VP or wherever we are in our life? So what do our workforce require today? They want freedom. They want freedom from 9 to 5. And in today's scenario, हमारे पास option ही नहीं था. Work from home was considered as not working at all. Let's face it, right? कोई घर से काम करता था तो हम हंसते थे आपस में, कॉफी पीते हुए ऑफिस में कि अरे घर से काम हो रहा है यार, right? घर से काम थोड़ी होता है, time pass होता है, right? How do we know they're working? But today we have processes. Big organizations like TCS have already sent out a mandate saying that work from home is going to be our forever going and growing policy. It gives more space to our employees. It takes care of their well-being. It reduces our expenses. It has increased productivity for the business. It has more positives than negatives, and the negatives can be taken care of if you have certain processes, right? So are we adapting to that change? There is no 9 to 5 left anymore. Liberating them from the rules that we have, right? कि काम चल रहा है तो घर से फोन आया तो गलत हो गया. बीवी से बात कर ली तो आप डेडिकेटेड एम्प्लॉय नहीं हो, राइट? अगर बच्चे की पीटीए मीटिंग बीच में अटेंड करनी पड़ी तो आपको वर्क लाइफ बैलेंस नहीं समझ में आ रहा है. नो, ऑल दीज आर डिफरेंट पार्ट्स ऑफ लाइफ. इफ आई एम अटेंडिंग अ पीटीए मीटिंग during my work hours, I'm also working from 5 o'clock later till 7:30, 8, 8:30, 9. I don't know. What matters today for people who are dedicated towards organizations is, are you driving us basis results, or are you driving us basis some discipline that you have in mind? As long as I deliver what I deliver, as a workforce, I don't want to be questioned whether I was delivering it from a coffee shop, or I was delivering it from my house, or my friend's house, or wherever I may be. So the entire mindset is now more result oriented. And we will have to create space to be okay with that. We will have to encourage and allow our people to be result oriented, which does not mean no structure, by the way. I can take you through the entire communication structure, which will make your organizations far more productive and far less intervening, far less at a micromanagement level. You're not micromanaging. You creating a structure which in itself is going to ensure productivity. So we can do a separate session on this some other time. It'll be long for us to get that. But if we get that piece right, you will have to do nothing to motivate your employees, and they will have all the space to enjoy and give you higher productivity. But for now, I want you to take this back and see how can you create a little more space and do less policing, because policing is helping organizations to grow for sure. Okay, before I go to the last trend, I'll take a pause and see what's opening up for you all here now. After we've discussed the third and the fourth trend, we said DIY to DIFM, and then we moved to say that we need to give more freedom to people. We need to make sure that there is no policing. We talked about not just giving content, but also adding insight. So what is opening up for you? Okay, I have a nice big comment here. Let me see if I can read this quickly. Okay, Bharat says at times we go to ATM machines. Bharat, could you just unmute and talk, because that'll take, I think, less time. Yeah. Do you want to go ahead with that, Bharat?
Let's have some question answer session now. I think Dr. Angad Patel is having some question.
Okay, so let me request you to hold that back for a minute. In that case, I'll quickly take you through the last trend, and then let's
Sure.
Okay, thank you. So the last trend is what is going to add superpower to you, because as leaders today, focus has become a superpower. क्यों? क्योंकि बहुत ज़्यादा distraction है. There is a lot of distraction in our environment. पहले अगर सिर्फ फोन था तो अब फोन पे 1000 apps हैं, और वो 1000 apps के 1000 notifications हैं. एंड एक और स्क्रीन है. नोबडी हैज वन स्क्रीन टुडे. एक फोन है, एक लैपटॉप है, कुछ लोगों के पास एक नहीं 2 लैपटॉप है, 3 लैपटॉप है. बच्चे ऑनलाइन स्कूलिंग कर रहे हैं तो एक लैपटॉप यहाँ जाता है, एक दूसरे रूम में है, साथ में टीवी है, हाथ में फोन है, एंड वी आर सराउंडेड विद डिस्ट्रैक्शंस. बट अ डिस्ट्रैक्टेड लीडर कैन नेवर बी एन इफेक्टिव लीडर. A distracted leader is an ineffective leader, which means we actually have to learn to stay focused. It is a great thing to know that focus is important, but itne distractions mein focus kare bhi to kaise? How do you ensure that you are doing only what you are doing? So right now, if I'm doing the session with you, all my notifications have been halted. All the notifications are stopped. All my other windows on this machine are closed. My family members know I'm in a webinar. They're in the room, busy with what they're doing. I need to plan how to cut out on distractions. Distractions take planning. If you're not planning, people around are not immediately going to understand and adapt to what you require. You need to be clear about what you require and know what will distract you, and create a plan to cut that distraction. So that prerogative is on you. I want to share 5 tips that can help you do this. Okay, will that be nice? That'd be nice to say. That'll be nice. Or say BIO. Okay, I love BIO. Bring it on. I have it on the screen, but I still want to hear BIO from you all. Thanks, Priyanka. BIO is bring it on. So bring it on, Yukti. Give me 5 tips that can make me more focused. Thanks, Angad, Parul. Fantastic. All right. So if you insist, here are the 5 takeaways for you. See what works. And I would, in fact, encourage you to make sure all of this is practiced, and then decide if it works. हम लोग ट्राई नहीं करते हैं, और एक सजेशन या एक टिप आता है तो हम उसको देख के बोलते हैं ये तो नहीं चलने वाला है. दिस इज नॉट गोइंग टू वर्क फॉर मी. So that's not who we are. From this moment on, we want to be that person who will first try and try enough to rule out something, because you never know. What you have always known was probably the only solution that will work for you. But the problem is you never tried it. सिर्फ पता था, किया नहीं. Now let's see इसमें से क्या पता है और क्या करना है और क्या कर सकते हैं. Okay. So the first thing is set your phone and devices on do not disturb forever. Your WhatsApp status can also say do not disturb. And when that happens, काफी लोग उस चीज को रिस्पेक्ट करके आपसे तभी कांटेक्ट करेंगे जब जरूरी होता है, और कुछ लोग ऐसे होंगे जिनको नहीं समझ में आएगा डू नॉट डिस्टर्ब का मतलब, वो फिर भी वही करेंगे जो करते हैं. But it will cut out some noise compared to the noise that you're facing right now. The second thing is turning off notifications. Please do that. It is not important to know every mail that comes, कब आई, किसने भेजी. जब मेल देखने का टाइम है in our calendar, we need to have a fixed slot that this is when I will look into my mails. It can be every 1 hour. It can be every 2 hours. Every 2 hours, 10 minutes, I look into my mailbox. That's perfectly fine. But every time a mail notification pops up and I have to see it, of course not needed. That is what takes away my focus as a leader, and that makes me ineffective. No, and not just emails. I'm talking about every notification, your WhatsApp, your other apps, like put them all off. No notifications on your phone or on your laptop. Third is time boxing 3 hours every day for what is most important for you. अगर आप ये practice कर रहे हैं हर रोज, तो I can give you some money back offer that it will definitely take you much ahead compared to your competitors, because people are not doing this. We all know what is important for us, but we don't do time boxing. Time boxing is my concept to block my calendar for what is important for me, my top priority for my business. ये 3 चीजें जरूरी हैं, वो 3 चीजें उस 3 घंटे में होंगी, and for those 3 hours I'm not available to anyone, and I have to make sure I communicate that so that people's expectations are aligned. Right? If you're able to do this, you have hit a jackpot for yourself as far as productivity is concerned. It'll take you notches higher. The fourth thing is to not multitask, because trust me, multitasking is really no tasking. Human brain is not designed to multitask. Especially as women, हम औरतों को लगता है कि multitasking तो हमारी blessing है, हमारी मजबूरी है, हमें करना पड़ता है. एक हाथ में करछी, दूसरे हाथ में कलम. ऐसा ही है life. But ऐसे क्या होता है, ना तो करछी से अच्छा खाना बनता है, ना कलम से आप अच्छा लिख पा रहे हो. Right? दोनों का potential है, लेकिन दोनों टॉप मोस्ट क्वालिटी के नहीं हो रहे हैं. पोटेंशियल जितना है उतना क्वालिटी डिलीवर नहीं हो रहा है, बिकॉज आधा ध्यान इधर है, आधा ध्यान उधर है. तो बेसिकली ना आप इधर हो ना आप उधर हो. इन द ज़ेन वर्ल्ड, in the spiritual world, which I feel strongly connected to, it is said that if you have to live your life the Zen way, then be in the moment, and in every moment doing whatever you're doing and doing only that. मतलब अगर खाना भी बना रहे हो तो सिर्फ वो खाने के बारे में अगर आप सोचोगे और जिस भाव से आप वो खाना बनाओगे, उसी भाव से वो दूसरे इंसान की बॉडी को अफेक्ट करेगा. वो खाने के अंदर कोई न्यूट्रिएंट्स उतने नहीं हैं जितने आपके भाव में हैं, and that is scientifically proven. We can have another session on Zen leadership one day, and I would want to take you through this science, but it is scientific. Whatever emotions and intentions we put in what we do, whether it is cooking or it is business, we get results accordingly. So let us stop multitasking. And lastly, early to bed, early to rise makes a man healthy, wealthy and wise. ये सबको पता है, लेकिन ये करते हैं कि नहीं? That's the question. जिस दिन आप करना शुरू कर देंगे, आपको अपने आप अपनी प्रोडक्टिविटी लेवल इंप्रूव होते नजर आएगी, एंड दैट्स अ गारंटी. ऐसा बहुत आर्ग्यूमेंट होता है कि लोग बोलते हैं आई एम अ नाइट पर्सन, जो मुझे 11 से 2 के बीच में मेरा एनर्जी होता है वो सुबह 5:30 बजे नहीं होता है. राइट? I was one of them, by the way, not at all an early riser, but I started pushing myself from getting up at 8 o'clock to now getting up at 6 o'clock. It happened slowly, and I wanted to do this slowly. Instead of putting a gun on my head saying कल से 5 बजे उठना है, क्योंकि रॉबिन शर्मा ने वो बुक लिखा है 5 AM क्लब, और उसमें सब अच्छा होता है लोगों के साथ जो 5 बजे उठते हैं. लेकिन अगर मुझे 8 बजे उठने की आदत है तो मुझे सीधे 5 बजे उठ के उतनी हाई प्रोडक्टिविटी नहीं मिलेगी, because the entire day I'll be sluggish, and most importantly I will not be able to stay consistent. 2 दिन पुश किया, तीसरे दिन नहीं हो पाएगा. राइट? कंसिस्टेंटली करना ज्यादा जरूरी है. तो हाउ कैन आई मूव फ्रॉम 8 to 7:30? जब 7:30 मेरा नॉर्मल हो जाएगा to 7, एंड जब 7 नॉर्मल हो जाएगा to 6. You with me? So it's a process, but it's a conscious and consistent process. You need to decide what is that goal towards which you want to design a process. So with that, I open the house for Q&A. Here are the 5 topics once again. The middle is disappearing. DIY is giving way to DIFM. Insights and access is more important than content. Freedom and autonomy is the next generation's currency, and focus is your superpower. All right, let's open the house for questions or any discussion. Angad says, I'm a 5 a.m. club member since 2 years. Very nice, Angad. I'll join the club very soon, inshallah. I'm almost there. Any questions? Please feel free. Bharat, I'm sorry I missed one of your comments. You can unmute and ask. Okay, so meanwhile, I'm reading the comments here. Manpreet says, I have always kept my notifications off. Very nice, Manpreet. It's a very, very good practice. Falguni, with work from home, distractions are bound to happen. So that's why the mantra is to plan your distractions. Plan distractions in your calendar. Think about it. 5 बजे हम लोग कॉफी पी के टाइम पास करते थे ना ऑफिस में. सब करते हैं, राइट? हर 2 घंटे बाद हमें आधे घंटे की कॉफी ब्रेक चाहिए. जो सुट्टा एंजॉय करते हैं उनको सुट्टा ब्रेक अलग से चाहिए कॉफी के बाद, राइट? तो ये सब ब्रेक्स हमारा भी कट हो रहा है. तो ये ब्रेक्स की जगह अगर हम प्लान करते हैं ब्रेक से कि ओके दिन के बीच में 3 बजे I can play Ludo with my child from 3 to 3:15. That is my way to take a break. Why can't I do that? Instead of making my child cry till 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock for my time, why can't I give this 5-15 minutes in between? Why can't I have lunch with everybody on the table, which I couldn't have enjoyed earlier? So can I make this distraction? Distraction क्यों होती है जब हमारे family members हमारा time मांगते हैं, right? And isn't it a blessing कि उन्हें हमारा time चाहिए? We are blessed कि किसी को हमारा time चाहिए. अगर हम उस चीज के ऊपर भी कंप्लेन कर रहे हैं तो हमारा हैप्पीनेस कहाँ से आ रहा है? What is driving us to be happy, right? So it's a blessing that somebody is fighting for my time. Now the question is, how do I manage my time better? How do I balance that time? How do I bake in these distractions? So I will leave that to you to figure. We can always have a chat and I can help you figure that out. Manpreet, 9 a.m. club member. Pleasure, Falguni. 9 a.m. Club member since birth. I believe I'm living in Europe. Is that Manpreet? I thought you said
recommend no spelling. Recommended by you.
Sorry?
I think lot of
कुछ भी spelling होने दो, आप बस लिखो.
Unmuted themselves and lot of messages are coming.
That's all right.
So any final question?
Okay, I hear this question from Parul. Which books would you like to recommend? Depends on what kind of books do you enjoy. Parul, I have like some 500 behind me and some 500 on my Kindle, and I still keep buying. If there is something that I invest without thinking is books. So right now I'm reading this book, by the way. If you would like to pick this up, it's a fantastic book called 21 Irrefutable Laws of Leadership. This is by John Maxwell, who is considered to be one of the leadership gurus. I really follow what he says and a lot of books that he's written. So this is a very quick 21 laws that he's listed on leadership and what we can learn. So I'm quite enjoying this. You can pick this one, but I have a long list of books, so it depends on what you like to read.
Hello.
Yes.
Have you read all the books that are...
Charging मेरा खरीदना tab.
Can you hear me?
Hello.
Yes.
सारा जकड़ो.
Yukti ji, can you hear me? My
Yes.
question is that have you read all those books that are behind you in the shelves?
35%.
तो तुझे complete नहीं.
Cool.
Yes.
Then I'm in the same club because I have the habit of buying and I really find it difficult to read all of them. Although earlier I could manage to, but nowadays it becomes difficult.
So,
Books are investment otherwise.
Yes, they are. And I'll tell you 2 things about this. Okay, so one is I realized very quickly that one thing that we do wrong about book reading is forcing ourselves to complete every book we start. And that takes away a lot of valuable time, because sometimes books are recommended and we think they're good, and then somewhere down the line, they don't connect with us. Doesn't mean book is bad. It just means I'm not ready to absorb that book right now. It's perfectly okay to leave it midway and get on with something else that you will connect with. So वो जो हम जबरदस्ती book खत्म करने के चक्कर में एक ही book के साथ 6 महीने निकाल देते हैं, that is a very, very bad idea. Leave that book. Nahi jam raha hai, chhod do. Pick up another book. So it is said that people who don't enjoy reading are the ones who haven't found their book yet. There is a book for all of us. Right? So that is why 35%. Maybe I was not ready when I picked up a few of these. If I pick up now, I'll connect better. So that's another thing that I wanted to share. You can go back to the books that you rejected, quote unquote, sometime back. और आज खोलेंगे तो उसमें से कुछ निकल के आएगा, because we are also evolving, right? So at this stage, maybe I can connect with books which I could not when I was at this stage in my own evolution. So like somebody said here, books are an investment. It's never a waste of money, even if it is lying here and not read as yet.
True.
Okay, any more questions, or we can just conclude the session?
I think we can conclude. Thank you, Yukti ji. आपका सेशन बहुत अच्छा था, बहुत लर्निंग वाला सेशन था, बहुत इंटरेस्टिंग था लीडरशिप के ऊपर. और डेफिनेटली आपका जो अधूरा जो आपने कहा है कि एक सेशन और करना है, वो जब भी आपको टाइम होगा, मैं चाहता हूं कि ये लॉकडाउन के बाद में हो, ताकि फेस टू फेस हम लोग आपसे मिले और पूरा इंटरेक्शन करें.
जरूर.
So thank you very much. And before I invite Praksha for vote of thanks, I would like to recognize my co-president Sanjay Dwivedi from Rotary Club of Mulund. संजय जी किधर है? संजय जी का स्वागत है हमारे क्लब में, जिन्होंने बहुत ध्यानपूर्वक हमारी वक्ता को सुना और अपना कीमती समय निकाला. I would also like to invite Chintan Rodani, our prospective Rotarian. Manpreet, can you just highlight on Mr. Chintan? Mr. Chintan, are you there?
Yeah, hi guys, I'm there.
Yeah. So how was the meeting you liked?
Sorry?
You liked the today's meeting?
Yeah, I liked it. I liked the session, and I like the points which are covered on this leadership session. So I have read 5M Club. And I'm able to relate some of the points here. And I'm also executing what is all in the book from the month of April.
Yeah.
So I'm a member of 5M Club. Yeah.
We have received your.
I'm doing this.
We have received your profile, and we have already put into BOD for your membership. So
yeah,
we just have to wait for another 1 or 2 weeks. Then we will revert back to you. Thank you for coming and joining.
Sure. Thank you.
Now I invite Rotarian Praksha to give vote of thanks.
Good evening, everybody. Thank you, Singlaji, for giving me this opportunity to give vote of thanks of everybody. First of all, thank you for and congratulate to you for this first session of this meeting this current year. Secretary Manpreet ji, to you, and today's guest, Ms. Yukti Kapoor Mehendiratta ji, to coming here and giving superb and very inspiring lecture with respect to leadership, with respect to all the 5 trends. Even I wrote many things in this, and I have raised a question with respect to the professionals also, that how this thing will be applied to the professional. You have given very good reply to this. Thank you very much for this. And I really appreciate about everybody's patience to hear the entire meeting and give the good feedback and question answer session. I really thank you everybody. And yes, lastly but not least, Mr. Sanjay ji and Mr. Chintan, who has came to this this meeting for the first time. And sorry, I forgot my friend's name, Mr. Angad, who has given a superb introduction of Yukti Kapoor ji. I'm sorry that I just forgot you, Angad. Thank you very much.
If I can just make a small request.
Thank you very much, Advocate Praksha.
Singla ji, can I just make a small request?
Yes.
I just invite Manpreet Singh to share something. Hello.
Singla ji, can you hear me?
Sure.
Hello.
Sure. Go ahead, please.
Thank you. Thank you. I just wanted to say
Hello.
that in the interest of time, I don't want to pick this up right now. But if this effort was aligned to, aligned in the right direction, and if you learned something, then I would love you to share your takeaways with me on email. Okay, that will be your thank you note for me. If at all you would like to extend one.
Surely,
that would mean a lot.
we will share. Yeah.
So I'm just
surely
sharing
I
my
will
email
share.
address. I would love you to share what you took away from this session. That would mean a lot. Thank you.
Thank you, Yukti ji.
Thank you, Yukti ji.
And
thank you very much.
I would like to request Manpreet to share that 2 certificates of last year. Manpreet, can you share the 2 certificates?
Yeah, I request IPP Parul if you can unmute herself. IPP Parul.
Yeah. Thank you, Yukti. It was a very nice session. Yeah, and thank you, Manpreet. First of all, congratulations, Singlaji, for your first meeting. And now I would, Now I would like to present this certificate of appreciation for your dedication towards the objectives of Rotary and all-round participation in the activities of our club. Smart Year Award present to for leading the Evening Meal project for night schools in Mumbai to Nitin Parab. Congratulations, Nitin ji. Yeah, Manpreet, second one. Okay. I would also like to present this certificate of appreciation for your dedication towards the objectives of Rotary and all-round participation in the activities of our club. Smart Year Award presented to Mona Parikh for her outstanding support to Rotary activities. Congratulations, Mona. Yeah, thank you. That's all.
There is some announcement to be made by Major Priyanka. Can you, Major, can you please do some announcement which you were telling me?
So, good evening, everyone, and thank you, Yukti ma'am, for this wonderful session. I mean, it was very relevant in today's scenario. So, this is for the upcoming meeting of RMB, that is Rotary Men's Business, and it is on the coming Saturday, 18th of July at 9 a.m. So I am a member of RMB. It's more like a networking group, which is only for Rotarians. So the chapter's name is Mumbai's Numero Uno chapter, and RMB is an international Rotary fellowship that focuses on nurturing Rotarians' businesses based on the ethical standards present in the Rotary. It was started in the year 2017 and DG Sunil was the charter president. So this is one of the initiative of DG Sunil Mehra. And being the first month of the Rotary year, so we are having a networking meeting where new members are invited. All other members can join and they can understand what RMB is and how they can get benefit from it. So I'll share the link. I think Manpreet has already shared it. I'll share it again, and if anybody is interested, they can register. Thank you so much.
I congratulate past President Nitin Parab and Mona Parikh for their achievements. And now I invite Manpreet Singh for secretarial announcement.
Thank you, President Singlaji. We have our next meeting on 15th of July at 6:45 p.m. That is with doctors a Q&A session on COVID-19. It is going to be inaugurated by our DJ Sunil Mehra. It's going to be a joint session with Rotary Club of Virar, and it will also be live on their on the district page and on the club page of Rotary Club of Virar on the Facebook. After that, we have another meeting on the 17th of July at 12:30 p.m. The topic is going to be the future of education. It's going to be on Zoom jointly with NESCO and ICIB, that's the Chamber of Commerce. 18th of July, 5:30 p.m., we have our own session on digital marketing for MSME companies. It's a joint meeting with Rotary Club of Bhanduk, and it is under the District Avenue of Vocational 2, where our club is supporting MSME support initiatives under the district. 24th of July, 7 p.m., we are having a joint session with about 17 clubs along with the district. And the topic is going to be positivity in adversity. And it's going to be a big meeting. A lot of people are expected. Don't miss it. 28th of July, 8 p.m., we'll be having our BOD meeting of the club.
So today's attendance is 38, including guests. And this meeting is over, and I adjourn this meeting. Thank you, everyone, and good night.
Thank you.
President. Good night,
Good night.
President. Good night, Secretary Ji.
Thank you, IPP. Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you.
you,
Singla ji.
Bye-bye.
Thank you, Yukti ji.
Bye.
Thank you, Yukti.
Pleasure.
Thank you, Yukti.